Did you know that 79% of marketers measure success through vanity metrics like social media likes and shares, but only 22% of them can directly link these metrics to revenue growth? That's right, those big numbers might not be as valuable as you think. In today's episode, we're diving into why your marketing metrics might be lying to you and what to focus on instead to drive real results. Stick around because this one is going to change the way you approach your data. Hello and welcome to the Marketing Women Podcast. I'm your host, Anusha Khannan, and it is great to have you here. Are you looking to move into marketing or want to learn marketing from scratch? We discuss all things marketing, analytics, business, personal branding, AI, and much more in a way any layman can understand. If you're new here, make sure to follow along and get on that email list by visiting anushakhannan.com/email list to receive newsletters from me twice weekly. Follow at Anusha Ramesh Khannan on TikTok. Tag us on your stories. Would love to see that. And now let's dive in. Welcome back to today's episode. We all love seeing big numbers, right? Likes, shares, impressions. It feels like validation. But what if I told you that those numbers aren't really telling you the whole story? In fact, they could be distracting you from the very things that truly matter to your business. In today's episode, I'm going to break down why vanity metrics, those flashy numbers that don't really show the value of your work, can lead you astray, and more importantly, what metrics you should actually focus to drive real results. Whether you're a marketing beginner or someone that's running campaigns for a while, you do not want to miss this one, so let's get into it. First off, let's get clear on what vanity metrics are. Vanity metrics are those surface level numbers that make you feel good but don't necessarily correlate with your business goals. Those metrics can look like social media likes and follows, page views without context, impressions without understanding engagement. I'm not saying that these numbers don't matter at all, but the problem is they don't show you if your audience is taking meaningful action. It's like getting 1,000 people to walk into a store, but none of them buy anything. Sure, traffic looks good, but is it driving value? There's a great study from Harvard Business Review that shows how brands often confuse these vanity metrics with success, only to realize too late that they aren't converting them into revenue, like they don't pay the bills. So what should you be tracking? The metrics that matter will depend on your business goals, but here are some key ones that I have focused on, so I'm going to share them, and if there's more, please let me know. That'd be great to know. So the first one is customer lifetime value. This tells you how much revenue a customer will bring in over the course of the relationship with your business. It's important because it helps you focus on long-term value, not just one-time sales. According to HubSpot, increasing customer retention by just 5% can increase profits by 25 to 95%. Did you hear what I said? Increasing customer retention by 5% can increase profits by 25 to 95%. And that's a huge deal. The second one that you need to keep in mind is conversion rates. Whether it's visitors that are turning into leads or leads turning into customers or you're converting customers, conversion rates tell you if people are taking the desired actions like signing up for your newsletter or making a purchase. It's all about quality over quantity. That's really interesting, but hold on a second. I've got something just as exciting to share with you. Elevar Gazette is your go-to newsletter for elevating both your personal and professional life. Every Sunday, get tips on achieving balance and personal growth. Every Thursday, receive career advice, marketing strategies, and professional development insights, and much more. Plus, stay updated with the latest from my podcasts and much more. Join my newsletter today at anushakhannan.com/email list and start elevating your journey. Let's get back into the show. The third one is engagement depth. Forget just looking at likes. How many people are actively engaging, like commenting, sharing, or clicking through to learn more? Depth of engagement tells you how much your audience cares about your content. And the last one is churn rate, especially important in subscription or SaaS business. A low churn rate means you're keeping your customers engaged, and it's often a key indicator of long-term health. So let's talk about some real-life examples of successful metric shifts. Let's get practical. Okay, it's easy to talk theory, but let me give you some real-life examples of companies that grew by focusing on meaningful metrics over vanity metrics. The first one is Slack. Instead of focusing solely on user acquisition, Slack zeroed in on retention and daily engagement. They tracked how many people were using the platform regularly and how many teams were actively collaborating. And according to First Round Capital, Slack discovered that their churn rate was a critical factor in long-term success. So we talked about churn rate. They grew into a multi-billion-dollar company by focusing on how to engage users long-term and not just getting new users to sign up. Let's talk about Spotify. We all know Spotify, right? But what you might not know is that they prioritize user behavior over simple streaming numbers. They track things like what songs are skipped, which playlists are replayed, when users pause their listening. That's how they built features like Discover Weekly, which personalizes music suggestions and keeps users coming back. And according to McKinsey & Company, personalized recommendations increased Spotify's user retention by 75%. 75%. That's massive. Also, remember that we'll have our year-end review by Spotify soon, so get your shit together and start listening to good music because that's going to be an embarrassing one. All right, so you know what to track, but what tools can help? Here are a few of my go-to recommendations. Number one, Google Analytics. Obviously, everybody knows this. You can set up goal conversions, track actions like sign up or purchases. Behavior flow charts help you visualize your user journeys and identify where they drop off. Perfect. People know Google Analytics. Awesome. The second one is Hotjar. Hotjar's heat maps and session recordings let you see exactly how people are interacting with your site, what they're paying attention to, and what they're ignoring. Super helpful. Number three is Klaviyo for email campaigns. Klaviyo allows you to segment your audience based on behavior and send personalized follow-up emails. Instead of just looking at open rates, you can actually re-engage users who haven't interacted with your brand in a while. So before we kind of close, how do you put all of this into action? 3 things. Number one, audit your current metrics. Take a close look at your marketing dashboard. Are you tracking vanity metrics like we talked about? Then it's time to shift your focus. Number two, set clear and aligned goals. Align your goals with metrics that reflect real success, like retention, customer lifetime value, and conversion rates. Number three, test and tweak. One thing I love about digital marketing is it allows for constant tweaking. Test different landing pages, email campaigns, or social media strategies, and track the results. So what's the key takeaway today? Vanity metrics might make you feel good, but they do not drive growth. If you want to build a business with staying power, you need to focus on customer lifetime value, engagement depth, and retention. These are the numbers that matter. So let me know what other metrics that you use to track, because I am pretty curious about this area. So yeah, share it on Twitter, tag me on Instagram, tag me on LinkedIn. I'm on all kinds of platforms now. So if you found this helpful, please share it with someone who might benefit from it. And don't forget to follow this podcast. And I would love to receive a review from you. So yeah, that's it for today. Hope you find it useful. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or email me at anusha@anushakanan.com. Follow me on LinkedIn to never miss my journey. And I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.